Hey everyone, we are back at the Hurricane HQ for our official 5 p.m. tropical update for September 13th, 2020. And while the Atlantic is extremely active right now, we have several named storms and most likely going to have 5 by the end of the week. This is going to be not good for a lot of areas. We have, currently, we have a few systems. One, right now, I can show you, currently is Tropical Storm Sally. That's going to hit Louisiana area. I'll show that later in the video. We have Paulette, Rennie, Tropical Depression 20. And then we have this area to watch right here, and this has a very high chance of developing 70% in the next 48 hours and 5 days. So, everybody, I hope you do like this new thumbnail I did make today. I'm not 100% sure if you guys like that, but I tried to make it a bit more interesting. A new font up here, just to show a bigger image. So I hope you guys like that. You can comment below what you think about it. And today's comment of the day is from Lucas Arm. He suggested that I go to trackthetropics.com, and let me tell you, it is amazing compared to Mike's weather page. No offense, but just to be honest, they have a lot better maps. And we are currently dealing with Hurricane Paulette. It's currently our most active storm right now with the highest intensity. And here's our average forecast tracks, and we're going to see a lot of this, but a lot of these systems are actually going to head right up. So a lot of them we don't have to worry about, but a few, just similar to Sally right now, could impact the U.S. So we'll have more on that later in the video. And again, everybody, make sure you leave in the comments below what you think about this new thumbnail. So, everybody, this is our current Atlantic Basin image. And as you can see, there's a lot of areas to watch. There is, like I said, Sally, Paulette, Rennie, and 20. And then again, we have this area to watch. So first, we'll start off with Sally. We'll click on this now. And Sally is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening storm. Surge is expected in areas outside the southeastern Louisiana. Hurricane and storm damage risk doesn't matter. As you can see, let's just jump right over to the cone to get a larger image. This thing is going to be most likely either a Category 1 or Category 2 at landfall, but I'm not going to rule out Cat 3 yet, because it definitely has a breeding grounds, very low amounts of wind shear, very warm waters, and this is like the perfect area for this storm to develop. We have hurricane warnings issued in these red areas, hurricane watches up here in these light pink areas. This might turn to warnings a little later. These areas, the blue is tropical storm warnings, and over here, a tropical storm watch. And if we turn on this, you can see this system is most likely going to head right through Louisiana, possibly bring up to 15-foot storm surge in some areas, and heading right out, possibly even through North Carolina. And I'm not going to rule out possible development once it comes out. It could redevelop possibly into something and affect the Northeast. I'm not going to rule that out yet. We'll take a look at a few spaghetti models in a few minutes. We also have our U.S. rainfall potential, which I want to bring up, and this thing is going to dump rain. You can see this thing is going to exceed 20 inches of rain in parts of Louisiana and even New Orleans. So even if those floodgates are closed, you still have some flash flooding from the system. 20 inches plus in these dark purple areas. These lighter pink up to 15 to 20 inches, which is very high. Even anything in yellow or even green, expect a lot of rainfall. Expect a lot of, more than that, a lot of those flash flood watches, warnings. Expect a lot of rain and possibly some flash flooding even up here, so everyone has to watch out up there. If we jump right over to our flash flooding potential, we have a moderate risk in these areas. And that risk is slight all the way up to there. So you could see moderate is just about a high chance. High is a very high chance, I would say. I wouldn't use this. Moderate is kind of high, if you know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying green, it exists, the risk. Yellow, moderate. Red, I would say, is high. And then high is extreme. So I think there's a high risk in these areas. That's what I just tried to say. This just to try and make this make sense. But there's a very high risk down here and even up here for some flash flooding. So expect those watches and warnings and possibly life-threatening rainfall and flooding. We jump over here to our experimental peak storm surge forecast graphic, and we are looking at, looks like up to 7 to 11 feet in some areas, and 6 feet in the New Orleans area is not good. That can cause a lot of flooding, and if those floodgates are not closed, possibly even serious flooding, especially for that city area. And if you're even anywhere, even along the Florida Panhandle, 1 to 3 storm surge is definitely possible. Let's just bring that right up to the inundation for storm surge. And it looks like we are getting some areas in red. Let's actually alter this map. So this is just the inundation fall. A lot of this is wetlands, but it looks like anything in this white is a leveed area. It has floodgates, for example, the New Orleans area. And I think everyone should check with their local official's website for that kind of flood risk in those areas. Especially if you live in this area. I'm not sure where this is. This area, or even New Orleans. You guys should check that out. And we're seeing a bit of red in some of these areas, which is over 9 feet. And anything above 3 feet is life-threatening. So it doesn't look like as bad as what Laura brought, but some areas could get some enhanced flooding, and this actually gets kind of close. Hopefully, they do close all those floodgates in the New Orleans area. So now I think we should check out the arrival times of winds. The arrival times of winds, it's a mess right now. It looks like we can get winds all the way up to Thursday, 8 p.m. in Georgia. And I wouldn't really use this yet because this is a very big mess. Well, anyway, this is actually the wind speed probability area, and it's very high all the way into Louisiana. So we're not 100% sure what's going to happen. It could head up to the northeast, mid-Atlantic, or the southeast. It's all possible, but we know it's going to head towards Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama area. Now, if we jump right over to our wind history, we've only have tropical storm force winds. I know I was actually tracking the system while it became a tropical storm. I was actually watching that with Hurricane Watch Team. Everyone should check out that channel too. It's a great channel. A lot better than mine. But anyway, here's these warnings and surface wind area. And over here, this is our tropical storm force area, and it's quite large. that wingspan. So when it does hit the coastline, the tropical storm force will expand greatly, probably covering most of these areas. If especially New Orleans area, you're probably going to get tropical storm force. I think it's a very high chance. Hurricane force, it really does depend where the eye goes, because those hurricane force winds usually go around the eye. So that's where those hurricane force winds would be. And if we take one more look at that warning cone, it looks like it can basically go anywhere. This cone is completely massive compared to over here. It shows it developing to a hurricane. I'm not 100% sure if it'll become a Category 2. I'm actually checking right now on that. Alright, so right now it looks like it will stay as a Category 2. Or 1, I'm sorry. But the potential for it to become a Cat 2 is there. So it looks like Category 2 winds is 96 miles per hour. What's possible in the system is 90 miles per hour. So it's getting kind of close there. 6 mile per hour difference can definitely change. And I think a Category 2 is 100% possible. Along with the Category 1, I think upper scale Cat 1 is 100% likely, but Cat 2, I would say, don't be surprised if it becomes a Cat 2. And if we head right over to Paulette, we're going to jump right over here. This is actually another threat to Bermuda right now, so we're going to cover this. So those tropical storm force winds are already hitting Bermuda, I believe. Right now, it is, let's see, Category, it's still a Category 1. It's going to become a Category 3, is what's showing. It's going to become a major hurricane by 2 a.m. Tuesday. Right now, it's only a Category 1. It could hit Bermuda as a Cat 2 as it passes over, although those impacts are less likely. We have those hurricane warnings are issued for Bermuda. And this is actually the photo we showed for our thumbnail today. And it's not really going to impact land. Only Bermuda is the main risk right now. If we jump right over to our wind history, you can see tropical storm force for a long time. And now we're getting those hurricane force. It looks like it's expanding, so it means it is intensifying, the system. Those arrival times of winds, it's looking like it's a mess in this area, but they should get over here by tomorrow at 8 p.m. And wind speed probabilities are extremely high for tropical storm all the way up to here, so definitely a tropical storm is 100% possible. Hurricane force, and again, really, really high. So if we jump right over to Tropical Depression Renee, I'm not 100% sure what it's pronounced, but it's about to become a post-tropical cyclone, possibly even tonight by 8 p.m. is what this is showing. It is extremely weak and continuing to weaken. Wind history does show it to have some tropical storm, although originally they were possibly even saying it would become a major hurricane. Now that seems less likely. And those winds are most likely going to die off by around Monday, 8 p.m. Then those wind speed probabilities for tropical storm force are extremely low right now. It looks like only a 20 to 30% chance at max. Then those wind speed probabilities for sorry about that. And now let's take a look at Tropical Depression 20. And this is actually something to watch very carefully, because this thing has potential to become a major hurricane, and to the looks of it, it's heading towards Bermuda, and we might have this might be a very bad situation for Bermuda right now. 2 hurricanes in a short amount of time is not good for Bermuda, or really anywhere, especially this major hurricane stance, and this could continue to intensify. major hurricane is not only what's going to be happening. I'm looking now. It looks like it is forecast to become a Category 3. To looks of it by 2 p.m. on September 18th. And that's not too far. September 18th is like 5 days, I believe. So yeah, 5 days, that makes sense. But it is to become a Category 3, and that can increase to possibly even a Category 4. And I'm not going to rule out Cat 5 yet. So I think the entire East Coast should be on alert, along with Bermuda and even parts of Florida, because this could be serious if it did make an unexpected turn. And we have this area to watch right here. Disturbance 2, and it has a 70% chance of developing. So I guess that's all I need to say about this system. It hasn't developed yet, but it's highly likely for it to develop soon. And if we look at Disturbance 3, has a very low chance in the next 48 hours. Well, 30% is decent in the next 5 days, so I believe something to watch, but I'm not too concerned about this system yet. And what about Disturbance 1 in the Gulf? It only has a 20% chance in the next 5 days, so unlikely, just some slightly stronger winds in the impacted areas. And if we jump to the Eastern Pacific, this looks very close to Katrina. Karina is currently a tropical storm and going to continue as a tropical storm and weaken to a tropical depression by 11 a.m. Friday. Central Pacific, only one area to watch, very low chance, 20% chance of developing. So I'm not too concerned about the Pacific Ocean right now. I'm not 100% sure about the Western Pacific, but the Eastern Pacific and Central Pacific is alright for now. Well, everybody, now I'd like to head right over to our Tropical Tidbits forecast. And right now, it's looking like we have Hurricane Paulette here, and these models are really close together. It has to go this way. It has to hit Bermuda. And it is going to be very well predictable. The GFS, too, shows it increasing quite strong. I don't think that's available, but the intensity guidance does show it make major hurricane in a lot of them. It has to intensify, is what every single model is showing, though. If we head over to Sally, I know everyone wants to see this. The spaghetti models, this is the world's and models, and it looks like a lot of them show it heading through Louisiana. Almost all of them do, and eventually making its way to the East Coast. If we look at the GFS, similar. GEFS, I meant. It's very similar, but it's really unknown what's going to happen once it makes landfall. And that intensity guidance everyone wants to see. I don't know, a lot of them do keep it in tropical storm. And only a few make it to Category 1. So we might only get a tropical storm, although I think Category 1 is 100% possible. Cat 2, less likely, but a model does show it hit that, so I can't rule it out yet. And this is a mess. If we check here. So this system, Invest 97L or Disturbance 3 to the looks of it, it has a decent chance of developing. Decent for now. It might not develop till later, is what this is showing. But a few of them take it into tropical storms, so you can't rule that out yet either. If we look at Tropical Depression 20, our global hurricane models, a lot of them show it keeping this sort of track, moving this way. If we check out our GFS model, it's a big mess, but a lot of them don't even have it make landfall anywhere. Although Bermuda, possibly. And then intensity guidance everyone wants to see for this system shows most of them actually hitting Category 2 and even Category 3. So this system definitely has potential to become major and will most likely become major in the next few days. And this one, even one of them takes it to Cat 4. So Category 4 mid-range is possible, although I think Category 2 to 3 is more likely. Alright, sorry about that. So, everyone, now let's take a look at, we'll just take a look at trackthetropics.com for now. And as you can see here, it's looking decent. Alright, this is actually very busy right now, but here's a closer look. This is from the Weather Channel to the looks of it. A closer look at those watches, warnings, and those conditions likely impossible. And as you can see here, it's a lot of warnings for these areas. Almost a lot of the very eastern part of New Orleans is filled with those hurricane warnings. Tropical storm warnings are littered all the way to this part of the Florida Panhandle and most of the coast of Louisiana. And those tropical storm watches extend all the way into Mississippi, along with a few warnings. So if we take a look at those Genesis probabilities, I know everyone likes to look at the Genesis probabilities. Alright, strange. Very strange. I don't know, it's not, here's for that Atlantic area, I don't know why it doesn't show this one, but it shows almost none of them even making landfall on Bermuda, except this one. So, we might get lucky and have all fish storms here. Although when I say that, I have that feeling that possibly it could become something, but I don't know. I can't find that system. Alright, so I guess we can head right over to another model. Let's see what we have. Here's a microwave imagery from the past, it looks like. You can see some intensification there, and it really does start to speed up as it enters the Gulf. And wow, it's getting a lot more organized. If we just wait towards the end again, you'll see it's getting very organized. You could already start seeing those rotation, but now it looks like a fully fledged hurricane right now. The way those clouds are moving, and it is moving straight towards Louisiana right now. It looks like it will make landfall at Louisiana. That's the looks of it. September 15th, Tuesday at 2 a.m. Or tomorrow at 2 p.m. So tomorrow at 2 p.m., hopefully I could do a video. I might not have mentioned this, but I already started school, so I have to slow down with the videos, but hopefully I can get one out every day or every other day. So I'm sorry if I'm not getting the videos out. Although everyone, if I'm not here, don't worry. You can check out any of these sites: the National Hurricane Center, TropicalTidbits.com, Windy.com, TrackTheTropics.com, and National Hurricane Center is nhc.noaa.gov. The end part's doesn't need to be there. And you can find all this, and actually, you can find any of this at our channel as long as we're making videos. We'll still update the channel as much as we can. Alright. I 100% forgot to do this, but I'll show everyone how simple it is to change this top banner, I guess. Moderate. Alright, so this is actually how you change this system. I could just easily change the color it needs to be, depending on the activity in the Atlantic. So right now it is changed to yellow. I will change it to red when there's a major system. I like to let everyone know that. So it is consistently updated. That is actually updated the seconds those updates come out, except this time. Alright, everyone. So I would actually like to show something called the October map from the for NOAA, and this is actually quite interesting. It shows those systems, and I think we should actually be watching this for the East Coast, because a lot of these systems it's showing actually hit the Northeast area. So this is something to watch. I actually just found this. So next month we have to watch it closely. It's approaching. Anyone on the East Coast should be on high alert for that. And here's our tropical cyclone heat potential. High over here. It gets a little low over here, but definitely it's alright. Here's these wind shear amounts. Very low in most of this area. Very low. Even up here, it's not that strong. So it's almost a breeding ground for these systems. And I would like to show everybody one more map. It should be in here. Actually, this is that recon map, if you've ever seen it. This is actually how they fly through the system. They found the strongest winds over here on that map. So I think you can find that at tropicaltidbits.com. This is what I was looking for. Tropical Intensity Index. And of course it didn't work, I'm sorry. Here's that tropical intensity index, and almost all of the Gulf is highly favorable except up here and here, but that shouldn't really cause any problems. The Gulf is extremely favorable for this development because of that very low amount of wind shear, that very hot water, especially for now. And I believe possibly a Cat 2 is 100% possible, but I kind of doubt anything above that. A low-end Cat 2 is 100% possible, though, so I'm not going to rule that out. Well, everyone, I will actually be right back in a few minutes. And right now we are tracking Paulette. Auto refresh every 2 minutes. Hey everyone, we are back, the Hurricane HQ. Sorry about that little interruption, but we are officially back, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about Paulette right now. As you can see on the screen right now, it is currently moving northwest at 14.0 miles per hour. Current pressure, central pressure, is 973.0 millibars in pressure. The current sustained winds inside is 85.0 miles per hour. And this is as of 5 p.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. And as you can see on the screen, you can see this eye over here is actually getting quite well organized over the past few hours. It is getting a lot more well defined. And I believe that is definitely something that makes this system a lot different from the others. In the Atlantic right now, it is also getting stronger every hour, coming at Bermuda. And I'd like everyone to know that this image is updated every 3 minutes. And wow, little Bermuda is just sitting there, ready to get hit with a Category 1 hurricane right now. Possibly Cat 2 at landfall. Well, everyone, I'll be back in a little while. I'm gonna leave this going. I actually have to go eat dinner, surprisingly. But anyway, I'm gonna go leave this on. Everyone can track this system in the comments while I'm in my absence, and I will be back in probably about an hour. But I'll be back soon, so hopefully everyone enjoyed this stream, and I'll be back in an hour for another update. So check in at 6:30 for that next update. Hey everyone, we are back, the Hurricane HQ, for our 6:30 p.m. ET update starting just about now. Current stats remain the same. This is as of the 5 p.m. tropical advisory. Maximum sustained winds continuing at 85.0 miles per hour. The current central pressure is 973.0 millibars, and it's currently moving northwest at 14.0 miles per hour. So, now I would like to update everyone on our current situation right now. So if we jump right over to the National Hurricane Center website, we can see it remains roughly the same. So everybody, I hope you guys did like that segment with the music. If you were watching then, thank you everyone who is watching this, who checked in at 6:30. I hope everyone liked that. And now let's just jump right over to Hurricane Paulette. Right now, Hurricane Paulette is still southeast of Bermuda right now, but it's continuing to move towards Bermuda for a direct hit. And I would expect Bermuda to get hit quite bad, either Cat 1, upscaled Cat 1, to possibly even Category 2 at landfall. And yes, Hurricane Paulette is to become Major Hurricane Paulette by 2 a.m. Tuesday. So currently with our wind history, it looks like those tropical storm force winds are already battering Bermuda. We'll take a look at that in just a few minutes. But it's looking like Bermuda is getting hit hard over there with tropical storm force winds. Hurricane force should be arriving soon. And wind speed probabilities remain very high, all the way up till here. And I guess that's it with Paulette. Not much has changed from the last update. I recommend everyone checks out the beginning of the video for that more in-depth update, but I want to give everyone a quick update on Paulette. Sally remains also the same, so you could check the beginning at that. Mostly everything is the same, so I guess you guys should just rewind to the very beginning of the video to check that out. And if we jump over to Windy, we can see this is our current system right now. And wow, it looks powerful, and it is going to make landfall by Monday or tomorrow at 8 a.m. with official hurricane force winds. And Bermuda is kind of small. Interesting. So they are already getting battered with, to the looks of it, 36 mile per hour sustained winds. Good to know. So I would like to let everyone know, I'll be continuing this video. I'll be back in a little bit, I would say. Just about 5 minutes, I would say. So I'll be right back, everyone. Alright everyone, I'll leave this going for a few more minutes, but I guess it's almost the end of the video. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I guess that's basically it. Anyone can leave if you want to leave now. It's a good time. I'm just going to let this thing go for another minute or two, but anyone who wants to leave, you could do so now. Hope everyone enjoyed this video, and yep, enjoy the last few minutes of it. everyone. I guess I'm gonna end this video here. We are back. This is the Hurricane HQ. I guess we're gonna end this video here. I hope everyone enjoyed this live stream, and I guess I'll see everyone tomorrow. Either I would say later in the day tomorrow. I would say around 2 o'clock. I would say, because I have school tomorrow too. So I guess I'll try and get videos out. I'm probably only during the later afternoon hours to evening hours though on weekdays, but hopefully I can get a video out tomorrow, a live stream by 2 o'clock, I would say. So hopefully everyone enjoyed this video, and make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next update. And make sure you check out the friends of this channel, Hurricane Watch Team, and LucasArm. Make sure you check those channels out. And yeah, I guess this is the end of the video. Hope everyone enjoyed, and I will see everyone in the next one.